Hi, it's Bridgette, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Bridgette. I heard a quote that is the inspiration for our talk today. It's from Brene Brown, and it was in an interview that she was doing recently that said something like, trust is not something you do. It's not something you achieve. It's a practice. Interesting, isn't it? That's probably why people will often refer to trust as something you earn, earning trust. Now that's a little tricky, isn't it? It's kind of a slippery slope because we're in this time where we feel, many of us souls, especially empathic souls, feel vulnerable in the trust category. And who am I kidding? Anybody that's been in a relationship feels like that, right? Vulnerable, not fun. Vulnerability equals hard, okay? But it also equals necessary in order to have real, meaningful relationships. And of course, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I am so not one to talk about that because I am like the most guarded, I can't talk, guarded people there is. Oh, and I keep clearing my throat. You guys are going to hate this audio. Oh, woo. It's allergy season, people. Allergies. So, geez, cut me some slack in this Sunday morning coffee. Okay. The trust is earned piece is a little tricky, as I was saying, because of worthiness. Aside from the vulnerability piece and how we've all been working with how to balance that, protecting ourselves energetically, but also being open to new people, new experiences, new things, and at the same time going, okay, I don't want to keep getting burned, right? You play with the fire, you get burned, right? So the worthiness piece and our personal value being enough is a very common thing. I bet everybody I've ever read has some aspect or facet. By read, I mean, do a intuitive reading for, of this worthiness question mark, this value. What is my value? How am I contributing? Am I doing enough? Am I enough? Which is about worth and value, right? So, and sometimes it's I'm too much. I'm not enough. I'm too much. Do you see what I'm saying here? Overachieving, underachieving. I mean, there's so much layers of this. So trust is a really tough topic to discuss, but I'm willing to do it. Are you? If not, it's okay. We don't have to. You can go watch another video. That's okay. But I thought the quote of trust isn't something you achieve. It's not like a resolution or result. It's a practice, which leans into this energy of consistency, which consistency creates trust. Consistency creates a pattern that helps to support security, the need to feel safe and secure, because there's consistency. Now that's different. Let's not confuse consistency and expectations or feeling safe as the responsibility of other people to give to us. We have to practice that for ourselves, and that requires boundaries. That requires knowing ourselves better than we probably do right now. And I'm the first to say that. I know that I have had a lot of challenges in my experience, especially in the last, 20 years of doing psychic work. Boundaries are really tricky, especially in relationship. And they are absolutely essential to create that kind of consistency that supports a safe and secure environment in order to be able to develop a relationship, a rapport that creates an energetic of trust. Trust is not something to be manipulated. It is something to be co-created. And again, I want to get back to or swing back to this concept of expectation. Somebody doesn't meet my expectations. They don't meet my needs. Okay, well, are you meeting your needs? Are you meeting your expectations? Let's start there. Because the truth is, I know for myself, and I know for many of you, because we have talked about this, that our expectations of ourselves are completely unrealistic. Completely. You are never going to achieve the kind of high standard expectations that you set for yourself. It's great to have goals and dreams and visions. It is not helpful to expect yourself unrealistically to be some kind of superpower perfectionist that doesn't even exist, except maybe in somebody's social media feed, which we know is not reality, or in somebody's one person's viewpoint or perception that doesn't jive with you, with your vibe. But guess what? It doesn't mean because it doesn't jive or fit with you that you're the problem or you're wrong. But don't you kind of make yourself be that way? So where's the trust then inside? Where's the boundaries of you with your relationship with you to be nicer to yourself? I'm not saying ignore doing your things. Okay, I'm not saying that. Don't hear that. You still need to have consistency, routines, rituals, rhythms to your life, things you need to do. You have to accomplish certain tasks. You have to do things to take care of your body, to take care of your finances, to take care of your life. There's certain things. There's threshold. Just basic things. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the way you're talking to yourself inside your mind. How you're thinking, overthinking, spinny tilt-a-whirl brain is causing more distrust and unsettledness than consistency in the relationship with yourself would provide. Naturally and instinctively, you would trust yourself if you haven't learned to not trust yourself. You've learned, we have all learned, all of us, throughout all the relationships we've had early on, from our early friends in childhood, from our caregivers, from our parents, from our families, from our environments, from the groups and organizations that we've been in, from the neighborhoods we've lived in, from the states we've been in, from the colleges, universities, high schools, all of the things. The jobs that we've had, from that first job at McDonald's or working on the family farm to wherever you're at now, the C-suite, potentially. Oh, lucky for you. You should be a client. Because you probably need some balance, right? An inner trust, in order to be able to trust other people, we have to lighten up the intensity to which we beat ourselves up with. This is why we have no confidence. And in order to have trust, we've got to believe in ourselves. We've got to be our own encourager. And then, as we're practicing trust within ourselves, showing up for ourselves, like going for that walk every day or taking a few minute break at work, even if it's really busy, to just reset yourself. Go outside, listen to your audiobook in your car, go for a quick brisk walk, something to get away from the monotony of energy of whatever environment you're in and feel your own. You've got to feel your own. That will help to create a connection, a reconnection. And when there's a consistent pattern of reconnection, that helps to build trust because you're showing up for yourself. You're not just talking to yourself or thinking to yourself when you're not doing something right or worried about this or worried about that, whether it be a project or a person. you, yourself, your realistic rhythm for which you connect is within you. And all of your relationships are a reflection of how you believe in yourself to be. The degree of your value, the degree of your worth. As kind, as much of a supporter, as much of an encourager as you are to yourself, or as much of a bully, as much as a talk down to yourself you are doing, you will find that, you will see that expressed in your relationships. You might not talk down to other people, but you'll show up in ways that are worrisome, naggy, trying to predict or create things that are so safe, so controlled, so confined that there's absolutely no fun in living. Because there's this constant aura of negative, bad things happening, doom scrolling vibes. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see this energy? Do you feel it? If we consistently believe that there are things that are wrong with us and that we need to be fixed and that we constantly have to do deep work in our shadow parts of ourselves, we're part of our problem. Do we have to acknowledge and be accountable for ourselves? Yes. But that also requires us to be kind and soft and compassionate with ourselves. And that means loosening up the energy of the unrealistic expectations of perfectionism within yourself and comparison so that there can be just a base level of confidence in the connection within yourself, and that builds trust. And again, like Brené Brown said, that is a practice. It is a practice to first notice how you're treating yourself. How do you talk to yourself? How do you think? When you wake up in the morning, what are the first things through your mind? Pay attention, be aware, notice. And then that way you can connect in a different way. If it's in a way that doesn't feel so good, if it feels stress right out of the gate, reset that. Do something to get out of that headspace, whether it be make your cup of tea, jump in the shower, turn on some good music, go for a walk, read a passage out of a book, do some journaling, whatever you have time for, whatever works for you. It might literally be lighting a candle while you're making breakfast, or spraying some kind of an essential oil or a perfume spray or some room spray or something that like has energy about it, like a scent, a sensory activation piece. There's like a way that you can kind of disrupt your thought by activating sensory. So whether it be music, like sound, touch, physical touch, putting on something really cozy, whether it be scent or smell. For me, smell is a big one. So that's what I think of. I'm like, oh, I got an oil, or oh, I got a spray, or oh, I put my perfume on. You know, even before I get in the shower, sometimes I will spray like my pajamas when I'm getting out of bed and I'm getting up and I'm, doing the bathroom stuff and all that jazz right away in the morning. And then I'm like, oh, I have my perfume on the counter, different kinds, and I pick one and I spray it. Oh, and it just smells so good. That's something that disrupts the pattern thought of the mind and provides a reset. Really easy. That is so easy. So easy to do that. And if you do it over and over and over again, it's simple. It will just become habit. Different things like that you can use to help to connect, help to start things off in a way that builds trust, that you can be on your own side each and every day. And it sounds so cheesy and it sounds so basic. Oh, trust yourself. But it's hard to do, isn't it? Because we're so busy. We're like in this whole hustle culture thing. And I, for one, am exhausted just even thinking about it. And that includes like overwhelmed with too many podcasts and too many videos coming up on your feed and too much social media and too many voices just talking about all different things, and it's not your voice. Where's your voice? What is your voice saying? Where's your heart? What is your heart feeling? Acknowledging those things. You have to be aware of it first, and then connect with yourself in ways that are healthy and supportive. And it doesn't mean, oh, I have to go exercise an hour every day, 5 days a week, or I have to go meditate for 40 minutes every day. No, there's a rhythm. You find a rhythm, a routine. You might do something for this month that you're focusing on. And then next month, you might pick a different activity to focus on that does something to help kind of engage or connect. Like for me, for example, for the month of September, I did Qigong, and I've been doing that, and I just did it. I'm just using a YouTube video that I like, a person I really like on YouTube, and it's about 20 minutes, and I do that almost every day, almost every single day, because it just feels good, and it's something that I gave to myself to do, that I can do, that supports me, and when I'm doing it, I'm connecting with myself, I'm connecting with my body, I'm connecting with my energy. It's for me, and it's easy, and that's it. So what's your thing to help build trust within yourself? Because trust takes connection, awareness, and then that practice through your connection with yourself first. And then we can deal with the other people. Projecting outward and expecting other people they need to meet my expectations, they need to meet my needs. That's your problem, not the other people's problem. Because if you're in a relationship that's imbalanced over time, it is your problem. It is your problem. It's not a match. It's not a fit. Okay? And if the relationship you're in is with your children, yes, I get it. Or family members, and you have to manage and navigate that, yeah, that's a whole host of things. But then that requires trust to rely and depend on yourself to get support that you need, like counseling, to support you so that then you can deal with the interpersonal dynamics of having a teenager, for example, or dealing with a family member with addiction. I mean, that's major extremes, but you understand what I'm saying. You need the support. But you have to be able to trust yourself to know that you have your back to get the support you need. You have to trust yourself to know that you will be able to go to the doctor when you need to go to the doctor. You will make an appointment and you will follow through and you will get there. And trust yourself to find a therapist, a counselor, a social worker, a licensed clinical social worker, or a life coach. Somebody that you can talk to, that you can talk things out with, that you can talk through things, that will listen. Unbiased, neutral third party that will just be there for you, that will not tell you what to do, but will allow you the opportunity to think through and talk through options and alternatives. And most importantly, for you to have somebody on your side, no matter what, on your side, because it's hard. It's hard to be in a relationship. It's hard. We have to stop trying to be the best version of ourselves. Because that's fixing. And I've said that many times. I'm just trying to be the best version of myself. Well, guess what? The best version of ourselves is different every single day. There's ups and there's downs. There's ebbs and there's flows, and that's natural. But where trust comes in is knowing that I'm here for me. I'm here to forgive myself if I fuck something up. And I'm here to celebrate when I'm the only person that thinks it's awesome. And I also laugh out loud. Like, I love funny stuff. And I think it's hilarious. My kids get so annoyed when I send them something funny. I see a short on YouTube and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. And I send it and I'm laughing. I'm laughing so hard. I'm like crying. And it's not about them responding, saying, oh yeah, I get it. Oh, and that's the connection and that's the relationship. No, I just think it's hilarious and I send it to them. And it brings me so much joy. And they just roll their eyes. But guess what? They know mom thought about them. And mom's fun, even though she has not their sense of humor. Do you see what I mean? Like, trust is built over time, and it's built with consistency and showing up for yourself. It doesn't have to be this big, hard, arduous thing. Work with yourself first. Really know yourself first. Really be on your side first. And then you can navigate and work with relationships with other people. Then you can do that. And I know it's not that linear, isn't it? Like, we're all doing this all at the same time. But at least if you have a perspective of awareness for yourself, you can build that kind of trust within yourself, and you'll have your back. And so you know that you always have one person that believes in you, that there's hope. You have more than that, you know it, but for sure you have you. And if you don't have that, then you better start getting started on something to create that within yourself. Get some support, get some counseling, some therapy, get a coach, get a really good intuitive life and energy coach. Hey, thanks for listening. I know it's a little bit rambly today, but I guess I had a lot to say about the whole concept of trust, and I have a lot more to say about it, don't you? Take an opportunity to journal, to argue with what I've said. Things that I've said, you don't have to believe what I say. Challenge it. The important thing to do is to create a structure for yourself, to find support for yourself. If what I am sharing doesn't fit, your job now is to find something that does. That's the challenge. Yeah, you don't like it, then go find something else. And do it. Please do it. Because you're worth it. This is your life after all, and you get to live it. I hope you'll live it encouraged and filled with hope. This is Bridgette. Thanks so much for listening.